All right, we are live. What's going on, everybody? Steve here, and I'm joined with my friend Tanner, the Junk Flipper. Check out his YouTube channel; he's got some great videos over there. And Tanner, you've gotten into eBay to Amazon flipping how long ago?
I would say well, I've been sourcing like books and DVDs from eBay for a while. I don't know, probably a little over 2 years, I would say. But I started using Replay and Catcher like beginning of 2025, mainly for just books and DVDs. And I immediately found like a bunch of stuff, like stuff that people weren't, necessarily buying. I feel like in the book, like online arbitrage book community, people are afraid to source from eBay. So I found a lot of deals there that people weren't getting.
Yep.
So, and then obviously like being in the Replay and Catcher Facebook group and eBay, I took the eBay to Amazon course back in like 2023, and I'm not gonna lie, it kind of went over my head. Like I was just like, I don't know how this all works. Like books, I guess books just made a little bit more sense to me at the time.
Simple.
But yeah, but as I got more acclimated and listening, like I'm just like I don't know, whenever I get obsessed with something, I'm a student. Like I'm watching every video of Steve's, every video of Joji's, every video of Mike the Used Book Guy, and just trying to like soak in as much as I can.
Yeah.
And then I think the last Books and Beyond really meeting Jason, hearing his story, like really inspired me. Just hearing his numbers and doing it all alone, merchant fulfilled. I was just like, I feel like I gotta like diversify. And this was at the time where used buy box was kind of having some issues and still is. And I was just like, you know what, like I want to try it out and like allocate a little bit of time learning about this. So around November, like during Q4 was like really ramping up. I started to buy some toys. And so some other items, and I mean things were just selling like that, like merchant fulfilled for my house, and I just kind of got the eat away bug, and during the time I was training my VA as well to source books, and I just immediately pivoted her to learning the master or learning eat away flipping. So she took the master class and everything, and 3 or 4 months later, here in March, almost April, we're 100% in eBay to Amazon.
Wow.
Business model right now. Yeah.
And you said your sales are what, 48,000 last 30 days?
No, that's this month. I need to look at last 30 days.
Oh, this month, man. So you're probably over 50K, dude, last 30 days.
I'm at 52.7 last 30 days.
Wow, that's awesome, man. You're catching up to me, man. Like I said before the call, I think I'm at 74,000 for the last 30, but I've got I've been spending so much money on eBay the last couple of months, but the difference is, like I was saying before the call, with FBA, it takes time for it to hit the prep center, for it to get checked in. That cycle for an item to become available is so much longer compared to you with your business. You buy it on eBay, it gets to you within 3 to 5 days. You list it up, bada bing, bada boom. The profits are coming soon. Me, I'm waiting sometimes. I mean, it could take sometimes 2 to 3 weeks for the prep center to, a week to receive it. Maybe they're really busy. Maybe, maybe there's some issues. And then, it gets shipped to Amazon, bounces around the fulfillment center. Sometimes it could be 6-7 weeks for it to, but yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm super pumped to kind of see where you take things this year. For folks who are watching live, drop a comment. Let us know that you are here live. And I'm curious if anyone here is doing eBay to Amazon flipping. We're going to be going into Replay and Catcher and doing some live sourcing. So we're going to share our screen. Tanner's going to be sourcing on his screen. I'm going to be looking at my screen as well. So if I come across some deals, we'll maybe pop over to my screen, analyze some deals, and see if we could find some stuff. If anyone has any questions, drop a comment, in the comment section, and I will answer it. We do have a question that comes in the Replen app. Does it show if you're qualified to sell eBay to Amazon? Yes. So there's a Chrome extension, which, I'm sure Tanner will be showing. You use the Chrome extension, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So it'll essentially tell you everything that you're able to sell, and you can filter it all out. So yeah, absolutely. That's key. And I actually made a video today for newer sellers. It's really hard. Like, you could go to a thrift store and you could scan hundreds of books and maybe only be able to sell 4 or 5. It's very time consuming. With Replay and Catcher, I mean, you could scan millions of products, and within a second you could just filter out ones that you can't sell and at least get the train moving in the right direction. So yeah, let's if you want to get your screen up, Tanner, we'll go ahead and do some sourcing and see if we can find some deals. All right. There you go. Perfect. I just added you onto the screen. There we go.
Okay, cool. You can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I just realized that like with my Google Chrome, I have like 3 different profiles. Like one's like my sourcing profile with like all of my like Amazon stuff. One's like my work profile, and then I have my personal one. And on my personal one is where my YouTube is linked up. So that's where I was like streaming. I don't know.
Okay.
It's probably gonna go over people's heads, but I have to download the Chrome extension real quick. So just give me one.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to share my screen while you get that going, and we could
yeah,
we could pass it off to you?
Yep, that works.
Okay, perfect. I am going to get my screen going. Bear with me one moment, guys. Okay. And again, if you guys are here watching live, say hello, drop a comment. Would love to see who's in the comments. Okay, perfect. Share screen. Boom, boom. Perfect. Okay. Can you see my screen right now, Tanner? I don't know if you could let me know.
No, I can't.
You can't see my screen.
No.
Really? Oh, I got to add myself. There we go. Perfect. It's like I haven't been doing this for 10 years. So you can see my screen now?
Yeah.
So I source with an advanced filter, Tanner. Do you have your own advanced filter when you source, or are you filling out, like, for example, with the Replay Catcher, for folks who are new, you can choose a category, you can choose, different criteria and hit search. Do you do it like that, Tanner, or do you have an advanced filter that you use?
I'd mess with the advanced filters when I was sourcing books and DVDs, but I just feel like I haven't.
Oh, you got to do it.
I know I gotta do it. I've mainly just been using your preset filters, and then like a couple of my own like single filters that I use.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm going to use my advanced filter. It's called Raiken God Mode. So this is my own little advanced filter, and essentially what this is, guys, is I pretty much create a specific rule for each category. So I mostly source toys, DVDs, CDs, business, industrial, home and garden, electronics, video games, and some sports goods. So I created a bunch of custom filters for these different types of items, at least one sale a month, 50% ROI. These are pretty general. For DVDs, 50% ROI, at least $35, at least one sale, up to 150,000 rank. I'm not going to go through all of these, but there's specific rules. If anybody wants them, you could always reach out to me. And the reason I like to do this is if you're not doing this, you're going to just get a lot of junk with the different filters and whatnot. So I like to kind of filter out the junk and, kind of move from there. So you see down here at the bottom, there's the red that says 28 items found. So that means there's 28 items that are gated. So anything that has this pink background means I can't sell it. Okay. And Replay Catcher, with my advanced filter, it found 24,000 potential results, and it shows 50 results on each page. So 28 of the 50 results I was gated on. So I'm just going to hit remove, and it's going to remove any of the items that I can't sell. So any items like this that are kind of silly, like weird liquid items, I just skip over it. This item right here, you can see that you can buy it for 24, potentially sell it for 44, 87. You can see 13 sales over the last month, potential of a 42% ROI. But there's something I don't like about this. What do you see about this that, you might not like, or I don't know, maybe you could read my mind, Tanner?
Yeah, I mean the buy boxes. I mean, this is kind of typical for like a toys type of Cupid chart, right? Like it's probably been really popular for a few years. Amazon's on the listing. Amazon's been in and out of the listing, so now it's kind of starting to inflate a little bit in price and becoming rare to find. But the fact that it's been selling for really $20 for 3 out of the last 6 months, is concerning. But it really depends on the offer count, right? Like there's a best offer right now. If you could get the best offer and get it for $20, you could probably make like $8, $12, $5 to $10 profit possibly. And
You
it
see
looks like
what's going on here too. The offer count is dropping significantly, and that's why the price is going up, which is interesting. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. I feel like that's typical what I see with some toys, like some newer toys like this. Like this looks like the new Spider-Man movie that came out. So it's a newer toy, a newer issue of a toy. So I think this could become valuable in the future. But right now, like I typically stay away from stuff under $40. I try to be at least like $50 to make it worth my while. But it looks like it would sell pretty fast. If you got it for $20 and sold it for 40, you probably make, at least for a merchant fulfilled, you would make probably like $6 to $8 pretty quickly.
So for me, Tanner, I have $7 of overhead that I add in. So I would only make 50 cents on this if I bought it for $24.98 and sold it for $44.87. For folks who don't have, a prep center and a big team and all this overhead, you could make, potentially $7 profit on it. It sells pretty fast. I mean, the offer count is going down, but for me, I would pass on. I wouldn't even make a best offer because there's not really too much, too much meat on the bone. Yep. All right. So I'm always refreshing when I'm in the live stream. I'm always trying to find like the newest stuff that's listed that's, profitable. So anytime I see this little red button having more alerts, I like to kind of look through really, really quick and see if there's anything interesting here. So I do see this right here, buy for 16, potentially sell for 42.32. I always like to use the Seller Amp integration right here. Do you use this ever, Tanner?
No, I use Ace and Zen instead of Seller Amp.
And I like this because it pops up right over the top of it, and I can easily see the buy box. I can see what the buy box statistics are winning for. And if it's a variation, I could easily go down and check the variation. But yeah, another item in terms of my overhead, if I bought for $16.37 and sold for 42, only a $7 profit, 42% ROI, not very impressive. There's no best offer on it, so I would most likely skip on that item. Can you sell Delta?
No, I wish.
Oh man, I sell a lot of Delta. They do send letters from time to time. So, I mean, as long as you're okay with that, but let's go ahead and let's analyze this deal right here. You can see the buy box is pretty steady, probably around 80 to 90 up to $100 right here. Buy for $45.99. It looks like it's model 25984LF. Let's confirm that 2589. Perfect. There we go. It looks like it's a match right there. Doesn't look like there's any variations on this listing, or there would be that little icon here on Seller Amp. Buy for $45.99, sell for potentially $84.97. Another reason, Tanner, I like using Seller Amp, not to be shoving it down your throat here, pause, is I can easily see the offer count, because I don't know about you, Tanner, but before you buy an item, are you looking to see the offer count to see like how many people are actually on it and where the market is right now?
Yeah, I look at it on Keepa. I don't know. I feel like coming from like online book arbitrage, I'm so like, that's like the number one thing I look at is like what the competition's at. So I just go, that's usually where my eyes go to first is the offer count and seeing where it's at. But
yeah, and that's why I like the Seller Amp.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, and that's why I like the Seller Amp, because it pops up right here instantly, pulls in the buy price, selling price. I could see what my actual ROI and profit is going to be with my $7 overhead. But there's so many ways to skin a cat, right? There's not one perfect way. I'm just sharing kind of how I do it. But yeah, I mean, you're 100% right. The offer count is very important.
Yeah. See, like that for me right there is a buy, because I don't have that $7 of overhead. Like I'm good with a, $15, $17 profit. And that, like that Keepa chart right there is what I love seeing for an eBay to Amazon item. Like you see if when it comes into on the Keepa chart where the buy box, like the pink line is when, someone's winning the buy box, like you're seeing a lot of green sales once you like under the pink line. Cause whenever it's suppressed up in the blue, you're not seeing those sales rank drops, but even though it's set on Seller Amp, it says it's sold 3 times in the last month or something like that. I feel like if you're priced properly and competitively, it'll sell pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one FBA seller on it for 110 and only one FBM seller for
Yep.
84.99. So, I mean, if you match their price, I mean, it's selling. It's one of those things that could take a little bit of time to sell. There's no used offers on this. So you
Yeah.
could see right here, there was a sale, there was a sale, there was a sale. So, I mean, it's moving. But yeah, for you without the overhead, you would have made, $18 profit if you were, if you were able to sell this item.
Hmm.
See if there's anything new here. And we could definitely go over to your screen in a minute or two as well.
Oh,
If
you're
you
good.
can you sell Moen?
No, I wish.
Yeah, I mean that's another good brand. I can sell it, but the refund rates are kind of high on it. Let me see if there's any
Really?
comments coming in. Oh crap, there was a bunch of comments. Who Chila? I'm new to this. Do you go the other way, buying Amazon deals like the current spring sale and selling on eBay? I don't do any of that. Robert Baker, how do you source the adult category? Robert, you should know that, man. Robert, you're an expert at that. About stuff, how do I have to put a credit card in for the 14-day trial? Yes, you do, but you could cancel anytime you want. The life and death of a reseller, 6270. Love that name. Yo, Steven Tanner, it's Jason. Show him how it's done. All right, man. What's up, Jason Clark? Yeah, Robert Baker's a big fan of ASINs in as well, Tanner. So don't mind me. Have a nice day is asking, what do you mean getting letters selling Delta? So maybe you could explain that, Tanner, because I'm sure you're coming from the book world. And I'm sure you're starting to get some letters in the mail and you were probably thinking, oh my God, am I going to jail? Explain that to people. What are letters in the mail?
Um, with my little knowledge, it's basically brands found your storefront on one of their listings, and it's their brand, it's their name and likeness, for lack of a better term, and they essentially don't want to share profit with you, so they're going to send you a letter in the mail. Like sometimes you'll get like this fancy first class mail with UPS, overnight deliveries, scaring you to say that, if you don't, show proof of, I don't know, fulfillment or something like that, show invoices or whatever it is to the brand that you're a legit authorized seller, or just delete your listings, or they're going to either threaten to, take action with Amazon, or sometimes they might
It's a bunch of bullshit.
threat legal action. Yeah. But it seems like a bunch of bullshit.
They ain't gonna do anything.
Yeah. I've had a few letters. I've gotten one from Schluter. I've gotten one from, who else have I gotten one from? Fleur, Filr. I think those are the only two ones I've gotten letters from.
I
So
mean, if they could give you an IP complaint, they would. The thing is, they don't have what is it called? They're not brand registered, I believe, and so they can't just kick people off listings and IP you. So they just send you scare tactics from their lawyers. And I've heard of maybe one or two, no one I know who actually got a lawsuit, but it's like one out of millions. I mean,
yeah,
the reality is it's so rare. If you're uncomfortable with it, just stop selling. I've sold brands for years getting letters.
yeah,
And don't follow my advice, but the only time I stop selling an item is if they start sending me like overnight FedExes and like just really, really just like kind of threatening, scary. But most of the letters, or anytime you get the messages through the inbox,
yeah,
I never respond to them. It's pretty much a waste of time. They're so stupid. Every freaking email is, oops, forgot to attach something. Every other email.
yeah,
Get a freaking life. Just VAs.
yeah. Siemens is one that I get like buyer messages from. Not a lot, but like once a month probably. And I still sell them.
Yeah, I stopped selling that brand actually in 2026. Those are like the circuit breakers and stuff. The return rate, you're gonna see, Tanner. There's a couple ASINs that do okay, but the return rates, I don't know if these like contractors just buy it and like I got the wrong one. They open it and destroy it, but the refund rates were just ridiculous on those things. What the heck is this thing? Buy for 1,000, sell for 1,700. It's already a stock photo. It looks sketchy. I'm just wondering what this is. Holy crap. This item actually has a history of selling for over, I mean, yes, it's large and bulky. Oh my God. So there's no FBA sellers on it. The last 180 days, Almighty, it looks like he sold it for $1,596. He's not in a listing anymore. 1,500. This literally looks like an item that, I mean, I see FBA sellers selling it for like 1,500 to 1,600. Let me just put it in there and let's just say I was able to sell this for 1,600 for fun. Looks like my max cost is $924 because if I bought it for $924, which I'm not going, I don't buy high ticket stuff like this. 40% ROI is my minimum. This is probably a scam. Let me get over to that listing. I bet you the person has like 0 feedback. No, 377 feedback. Dude, why are you listing $1,000 item with a stock photo?
It's insane.
That is so weird. I can send you photos of the actual box I have by request. It's in great shape, sealed, not scratched. Dude, take a picture. You're selling $1,000 item. Before I ship, I take photos of my shipping. Dude, Jason Clark, man. What is going on here? What is going on here, Tanner, with people on eBay?
I don't know, man. I get frustrated the most with eBay sellers with them like today they like shipping the actual item, like it has a box and not putting it in an actual like shipping box. Like they'll just slap a label on the actual like the manufacturer box. Like that really frustrates me.
That's crazy. Yeah, there's some money to be made on that one. I mean, they have a best offer option as well. Interesting. Should we lowball them? Offer them 600?
Yeah.
Dude, offer 600. We'll have it shipped to your house. We'll go 300 each, man. Take the risk.
Robert Baker would say 200, take it or leave it.
For anyone who's in the eBay to Amazon Masterclass Facebook group, if you guys want to learn how to do this, it's a free group that I have. Did you see the post I put in there the other day with that brother printer that was like freaking had like a gallon of ink like poured all over it? Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God. So this is interesting right here. You can buy this for $22.46. Replay Catcher is saying you can sell it for $77. And this just, you're not going to sell it for that much. The reason Replay Catcher is saying that is it looks like maybe there was someone selling it for that maybe currently, or maybe someone jacked up the price because Replay Catcher is not updating data every single second. How important is it before you buy an item to look at the Keepa chart to make sure it's not overly inflated, Tanner, when you're analyzing deals?
That's the first thing I look at. Like I want to see at least like the last like 6 months worth of where the buy box price action has been at, and I'm not seeing anything. Like the recent buy box win was at like $20 back in November, it looks like.
Yeah. So essentially what happened here is it looks like, yeah, I mean, this is textbook. So this item sold out. You can see that down here at the bottom, it's very scattered, the new offer count. It's sold out, and ignore this person. That's a used one. And I think that one's used as well. But it looks like Revolver Market just came in and just priced it at a crazy price because they don't understand Keepa. They definitely, I don't think they know what a Keepa chart is. But this is a big mistake, right? Buying an item like this, you can't trust any software. You have to look. The software I would trust the most is Keepa, right, Tanner? Yep. Over everything, over any software, Keepa. Yep. But yeah, let's keep looking. Feel free to interrupt me as well. I get excited when I'm sourcing. So
oh, you're good. I do too.
See if there's anything down here. Oh, this is interesting. Can you sell Mattel?
Nope.
Oh, geez, dude.
I know. I'm missing out. I know.
Let's see if somebody popped on this already.
Someone needs to figure out an ungating, like a 2026 ungating hack, because I need Mattel.
Right.
That'd be like the first one I would get ungated on.
478,000 rank, estimated sales unknown. You can see that this is selling though, but it's kind of slow, but there were some sales coming in here, November and December. Why do you think that this toy was selling November and December, Tanner?
People were buying it as a gift.
Yep. And then it got super slow after Christmas. Nobody was really buying it. And it looks like there was maybe one sale that came in, but at $78. The market right now is FBM's all at 66. You could probably sell it for, honestly, you probably could get 75, but like how long is it going to take to sell? So yeah, you can buy this for $29 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the condition's that great. So I personally wouldn't buy it. I mean, for me, it would be a 70% ROI, but I would skip because it's too slow.
Yep. I agree. Maybe come back to it in August, September.
Exactly. Take care, Robert. Jason says, yeah, great feedback, but that's just lazy knowing that that's a collectible one. Buyers want it mint. That's weak on the seller. Exactly. Yeah. Jason's talking about that high ticket, Lego set.
Yep.
Oh man, I already know you can't sell Lexmark, but
no,
man,
I'm ungated in Lexmark.
Shut up.
Yeah, I am.
Dude, I have been going hard on toner. I mean, I've been selling Brother toner and what else? I stopped selling Canon. The Canon ones that I was selling were just problematic for some reason. They kept exploding. But dude, are you buying Lexmark?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I source Lexmark a lot, actually.
Would you buy it with it open like this?
I
wouldn't.
I don't know. Those older boxes, like there's a few of them that don't have like the rip seal on them, but yeah, probably not.
Yeah, I wouldn't, because you can see right here, it's got that corrugated seal right there. So I do sell open box items, but only if it's like a corrugated box that doesn't have a seal. Like for example, I'll share with you. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of these items that I purchased today. So this item, this is a Targus docking station. This seller doesn't have any pictures from what I remember yet, because I bought this. This is selling for like $180, but there's not any pictures here, but it's just like one of those corrugated boxes where it just kind of folds in. There's no seal. Yeah. There's no plastic wrap. Whereas like something like this that I purchased, it's 100% sealed.
Yeah.
And, for something like that, you'd really want to make sure that it's in perfect shape. Where did I go? You can still see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, this is an example right here. We bought 4 of these Polycoms today. Can you sell Polycom?
I can, yes.
Oh, dude. Yeah, Polycom's really good. Let me see. Hold on, let me go back to my purchase. Do you add notes on your purchases when you buy them like I do?
I don't.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's clutch if you have VAs. So what we do, our procedure is after we buy an item, so you can see we bought this earlier today. We bought 4 for $300. We put if it's a lead or a replen. So a lead is an item we've never sold. A replen is an item we've sold before. We put how many times we sold it. We put the refund rate, our net margin, the ASIN, what we plan to list it at. So we got each one of these for 75. We're going to list it for 159. We put our ROI, and that's after our $7 overhead in seller ramp. $45 profit. We put our min and max so our team could. So with seller ramp, I use Be Cool. Seller ramp, you could pretty much like push things into Be Cool. So when it gets listed, instead of having to price it on the back end, once it goes available, like it automatically will do it for you. But if you take a look at this item right here, I saw a lot of these types of items where there's no seal. This is just a corrugated box, and it's new open box, but everything's new sealed inside of it. And as you can see, I've sold a bunch of these before. I just make sure the box is in good shape, that there's no problems on this. And the reason I have my team put this the way it is I check all the purchases every single day. So I go in, check all the purchases, and this makes it so easy because previously I was using the E2A master sheet to double check. The E2A master sheet is really good for reconciling, but it's a pain in the ass when you have to double check things quickly. So pretty much my process is what I do is I open up a listing and I just swap out the ASIN because I've got the ASIN in here. So I swap it out, and then hold on, I put the wrong one in. copy that. So I just open up a listing from Replay and Catcher. I swap it out if I'm not being an idiot. There we go. And I double check my team's numbers and make sure that, it meets our standards and whatnot. So they're saying, that they're going to list it at 159. Let's see if we can actually sell this for 159. So you can see the buy box is at 159. I know we've sold it before 6 times with no refunds. Let's take a look here at the buy box. So you can see the buy box is pretty steady. What do you think about that buy box, Tanner?
Oh yeah, it looks really good.
It's a good looking buy box. And so, yeah, we bought it for 75. It's already saved in here. Yeah. 60% ROI, $45 profit. Again, we know that we've sold this before with no issues. And yeah, I would highly recommend having your VAs. Do you know how to put a note in for each item that you buy on eBay?
I haven't seen that. I mean, I've seen you do it in your like Loom videos that you share in the group, but is it just where do you go to do that?
So you hit more actions, and then you hit add note, and you say, Tanner is the man. And then you hit save. And it's really cool because my team fills this out. So, every day when I go and I'm double checking, all the different purchases that we're buying, every single day. I got to stop showing you guys all my good stuff, but yeah, man.
I'm definitely going to have my VA do that because I feel like potential, like one of the things that we're not struggling with, but I'm seeing signs of like, my VA continuing to buy, an item that's probably gotten returned more than I would like. So maybe just like not only for me to check her purchases, but for her to also see, the refund rate and how many refunds we've gotten on a particular item would be good for her to like, understand, to source a little bit better. So I think I'm definitely going to implement that.
Do you guys use this seller board button that's built in the Replay and Catcher before buying an item?
No, I use Inventory Lab. So.
Oh, dude, I'm not even talking affiliate links or anything, dude. I'm telling you right now, this will absolutely change the game for you. Like, for example, let me turn on hide unsold. I'm just going to show you items that I've sold before that come up in the stream. Dude, it is such a game changer, man. I mean, it's only $20 a month. But for example, you can see this item right here, right? It's available right now for $31.94 in the live stream. I could potentially sell it for $58. You can see that I've sold it for $59, $58, $61. I've sold it 13 times in the last year. But so an average VA is gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna buy this right now. It's a great deal, right? Like it looks great. Like, oh, maybe I want to get a little bit cheaper because I got some overhead. But if you hit the seller board button, check this out. So if you hit that button, what it's going to do is it's going to check the last year. I have mine programmed from January 1st, 2025, but for everyone else, it's the last 12 months. And you can see, look, from January 1st, 2025 to March 27th, I've sold this 16 times, Tanner. And you can see after all said and done, I have a 31% margin and a 68% ROI. And what's really cool is I can hit order items. And once this loads up, I can see within my custom SKU what I've been paying for each item. So I paid 44, 41, 35, 37, 22, 29, 32. So I can kind of see on average what I'm paying. It looks like I'm starting to pay more because I think the price is possibly going up. But the way this could really help you out is, let me see if I could find an item here that's maybe problematic. Trying to find like this item right here that I just purchased today. Was it a good deal that I purchased it? Like, what was my refund rate on it over the last year or so on and so forth? So I can see this item right here. I've sold it 7 times. I've had 2 refunds. So even though I made $584 selling this 7 times, I've only made $50 net profit, which comes out to a 9% margin. So that's not very good. That's probably not an item that I should be buying all the time, at least at the current prices that I was buying it historically for, 37, 37, 37, 37. So I'm guessing in order for me to purchase that item, I probably purchased it for in the 20s to make it worthwhile. Let me double check. Yeah, I got it for 26. That's the only reason I bought it, Tanner, is because it's not profitable for me. Even though it looks profitable, the refund rate is killing the net margin. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, sorry for going
No,
spewing
you're
off.
good. I want to use Seller Board, but it's like Inventory Lab does pretty much everything that
Dude,
Seller
it's
Board
$20
does.
a month.
I know, man. It's just like another system I got to implement, like putting the cost of goods in and everything. I'm gonna look into it. You're like, because that alone will help my VA source a lot better. And looking at the refund rate right now, I just have her looking at like going to Amazon and seeing like refund applied on the orders.
Bad idea, because that's what I used to do as well before this system. It's a bad idea because you don't know, like I have items that I sell that have a 15% return rate, and the average person would stop selling it, but my net margin is 28%, right? And my average ROI is 57% on it, because I'm sourcing it at such an incredible deal that even with the refund rate, it's still worthwhile. So obviously I'm not telling you what to do. I mean, there's more than one way to be successful in business, but
no, tell me what to do.
Dude. All right, I'll be your dad and you're the son. No.
I'm definitely gonna look into it. So what's your process to upload like cost of goods into Seller Board?
Yeah, good question. So what we do is, I have a VA that does this now, but if you go into inventory and planner, after an item gets checked in, you can put in your cost of goods. So these are like items that have been checking in most recently here. So yeah, we just go one by one every single day. I have a VA that updates the that updates the cost of goods, and it's cool. I mean, Inventory Lab has all this stuff too, so you can kind of see like how many units you have available, your potential sales value, blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean, it's only the third month of the year, right? So you could just have your VA going and just update all you put your buy cost in your custom SKU.
No, I don't. I just, what do I do?
I'm putting you
I
on
don't really, yeah, no, I don't really use a custom SKU anymore, because I mean, I use the E2A master sheet, and then I have like a really quick way to list, like with Robert Baker has these scripts that he showed me with the E2A master sheet, to where I can quickly, like stuff like the items that have been delivered to my house, say like 20 items got delivered to my house. I have a way to extract all those items into a buy sheet, and they get dropped into Inventory Lab. I don't have to list them one by one. So all of my buy cost gets uploaded straight into Inventory Lab, like as I list them in a buy sheet. So
gotcha.
That's how I do that. So I'm wondering if I could do something similar with Seller Board with my VA. So I got to figure that part out.
Yeah,
but
possibly.
I would get Seller Board because of the integration to quickly see while we're sourcing. That would really be the only reason.
Yeah, it's really the ASIN profitability that's the biggest thing. Because
Inventory Lab has that too. So
yeah, I know, but it's not integrated here. So what you have to do is like, your team. I'm going to go back here again, because I think this is a good lesson for everybody. Your team, you want to try to get your team to stay within the software that you're sourcing with, whatever software, right? I'm not here to say Replay Catcher is the best. Whatever software you're using, like you kind of want to stay in there. Every time they have to jump off to another spreadsheet, another software, it just kind of slows the process down. But I want to see if there's an item I can share that is maybe problematic. Yeah, this is an item. This is an item that I think we're going to stop selling, but this will be interesting. So this is a Delta item. I've sold this 107 times over the last year from eBay to Amazon. And let's see if this is worthwhile, because I think I told my team that we might stop selling it, but let's analyze this one. So from January 1st, 2025 to today, I've sold this 118 times, and I've had 18 refunds. But if you take a look here, even with a 15% return rate, my margin is still 15%. It's not the best, right?
Yeah.
My ROI still is at 30%. My net margin comes to 15%, but the refund rate is just killing me here. And the problem is, look at out of all 18 returns I've had, zero are sellable.
Do you get any sellable returns from FBA?
It was usually around like 30%, but I think the last month it was like 20%. But yeah, they open this up and they just send it back to you. Just absolutely mutilated. So, I mean, that's an item where very quickly your team could pretty much put that on the do not buy list, or just quickly. Here's another item right here. CD players. These things have been a pain in the ass for me. I kind of stopped selling them. I don't think I've sold a lot of them recently, but let's see. Sold twice, one refund, lost $20 because it was probably, do you want to share your screen and do a little sourcing?
Yeah, sure.
Let me see if I can figure out how to get off this. Guys, put a comment down below. Let me know if that was fun or helpful. Or Steve, add a link to Inventory Lab to show if items were returned in profit. I don't know, man. I like Sellerboard. Plus, I'm part owner of GoToLister, so I don't know if I really want to promote any listing softwares, to be honest. Plus, Inventory Lab, no offense, that's like going to your grandparents' house. Come on now, let's get let's get with the new cool softwares. There's a lot of new updates GoToLister's actually doing with net profit and stuff. But the truth is, Inventory Lab still kicks their ass, not even close when it comes to like profit analytics right now.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Let's go to the live stream, I guess. So I don't have that. Again, I don't have a ton of filters. I need to do an advanced filter. Well, actually, I do have an advanced filter. I lied. But I don't use it that much.
Dude, you gotta set one up for your VAs, man. You're doing them a huge disservice by having to filter through all the.
Well, and this is. I guess I need help on like setting up single filters to set up an advanced filter. Like I feel like obviously this is your system, so you know the way to set up the single filters. So I don't know. I'm probably thinking about it wrong when it comes to setting up like individual single filters.
Well, think about it. Like with toys, you're probably willing to go up to 600,000-700,000 rank, right? But with DVDs, you're only willing to go up to let's just say 100,000, just as an example. So
I got you.
You can create a filter for each one of those and stack them all into one. Because why do you want to see toys that are 1 million rank, and why do you want to see DVDs that are 180,000 rank like Flipmine shows you? It's just a big waste of time,
I got you. All right, I'm gonna set one up. But this, I don't know. I usually do this one, and I go through some of your preset ones too. I'll just do that one, the Raiken Prophet God mode. Is that the same one as the one you just showed me? It can't be.
No, I think it's very similar. Mine just might be a little more tight because I have a lot of overhead.
Okay, got you. So obviously I keep my all the gated stuff on because there are certain stuff that I can get auto ungated on. Not everything. Most stuff I can't. Like HP, I know I can't get ungated on. I've already tried that.
Neither.
Apple, Bandai, I can't get ungated on. This one's interesting. Ergotron. So the keeper chart right away looks like decent to me. I don't know about the item. The item looks like a pretty big item, but either way, I'm just going to click apply to sell. Which I'll share my tab here. So there is a way to get auto ungated for some stuff. I have to see how many units there is here to get ungated. Yeah, so this one says 10 units. So I've found that anything with 10 units, and then down here it says, if providing an Amazon invoice or order confirmation, please show a combined and fulfilled purchase of at least 50 units. So when I see 10 and then 50, a lot of times I can get auto ungated. So I'll just check off all of these. I put like a random picture in there.
What?
Yeah. I put my email and my phone number. And I hit submit.
What the hell? Are you kidding me?
I swear. Yeah. Look, I got approved.
What?
Yeah. Robert Baker actually showed me this one, but there was another way that I was doing this. There's another way to do it with the 10 unit ones, but that one's that's the easiest way to do it. So I just got ungated on this Ergotron one.
How long you been doing that for?
since I've started. That's how I've been
Oh,
able to get ungated in certain items.
interesting. It's like a glitch or something.
Yeah. It's only for 10 unit gates. Like, Mattel, Brother, they're all like 100 units or more. That doesn't work for those.
Well, the 16 people watching now just got a little gold nugget.
Yeah, they did.
Holy
I've actually shared that in the reselling freedom group as well.
awesome.
Log into my Keepa account real quick. All right. So, I mean, right away, like I go to the offer count immediately. Like I'm not seeing any crazy, drop offs in the Keepa chart. Like it looks like a pretty healthy history
Yeah.
of sellers. I don't have Ace and Zen Chrome extension right now, but I see that the brand is Ergotron. So I try to go find in the history if Ergotron has ever been on the listing to see if, they are a brand that is on their listing ever. And it looks like they are. So right there, Ergotron Inc. has been on their listing 15 months ago. So I probably would just skip over this one personally. Would you sell this?
No, I don't like to play around with things like that because they have the control, they have the power to hit you with an IP, and we don't have those invoices. So I'm crazy, but not that crazy.
Yep, I agree. I would skip over it. Although the Keepa chart looks good, like it looks like it doesn't look like they've kicked people off or get like cause people to like delete listings or anything. But it's probably just not worth trying to hop on.
Yeah, I mean, if it's only selling a couple times a month, which 13 times a month, maybe they're just like not even playing in that sandbox anymore. They're not going to manufacture it anymore. It's an old item. Maybe it's not worth it for them to put it. They're not going to send 100 units into Amazon. It's going to take freaking a year to sell.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so yeah, I'm with you with like the weird liquid items. I just stay away from. They're not appealing to me. Bandai, Lego, I'm gated on.
Oh,
yeah, I know it's terrible. Here's that Lexmark listing that you found, which I've sold 6 times. What else? Delta, you've already looked at this one. I'm gated on Delta. Time Life. I haven't been sourcing DVDs. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been tapping into them. Here's a Halo one that I've sold twice, and it's on eBay for $27.54. And the Bible, I've sold it twice for $48.
Any refunds?
No refund. Well, actually, this one was a replacement, so I had to send another one to them. So I guess one refund. So, and that these also, I think I've asked you this, Steve. In the sales here, which I know you have tons of like stuff on the dev update list probably, but for merchant fulfilled sellers, this is just the sale price and it doesn't include the shipping price. So I don't know if that's possible to add the shipping price in there. It'd probably be too much, but this is $49.32 plus probably like $6 in shipping. So really, I'd probably sell this for around like $55 instead of $49.
Yeah, but why does the shipping matter? I mean, it's not like you're profiting that much off the shipping, or is that all profit to you?
Well, sometimes I make a pretty good margin on the shipping. Like sometimes like I have like my shipping template set up to where like they may have paid like $8, $7 or $8 for this shipping, but like I end up finding a cheaper rate for like $4 shipping. So it's probably not like as big of a deal. But it is included in like the total revenue of what the buyer pays me, right? So
gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like if it doesn't, like if they paid $49.32 for the item price, but they might have also paid on top of it $6, which is included in the total price.
Yeah, so I'll have to reach out to the developers. I don't know if they give us that information through the API call, but if we could, I mean, why not? That's valuable to pull in. So I'll circle back with you on that. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, all good. But yeah, this is something that I would probably buy. Well, there's a best offer here, so I wish I had my Ace and Zen hooked up right now to just show you guys, but I'm thinking, I don't know, it might be a little too high. If I could get this for like $23 out the door, and I know I can, like, it's buy boxing pretty, well around that 50 to like $60 range. So I'm thinking this is probably like a $10 to $14 profit item for me, and it sells pretty fast. Offer count's slightly higher right now, but I think that's normal for right after Q4, which is one thing that I wish I would have slowed down on the toys sourcing like early Q1 this year. I feel like I kind of learned my lesson. There's some toys that are just like sitting on my shelf.
Yeah.
But you live and you learn.
Yeah. Those prices look real good in January. Oh, I'm going to sell it for 70, but you got to be careful with those overinflated prices sometimes.
Yep. G.I. Joe, I am gated on, unfortunately. Yep.
There's no 1050 trick with that one?
No, I've tried it with G.I. Joe. See, like this, I think this one's a 10-unit ungate, but this one doesn't work for me for whatever reason. Let's try it again. Oh no, this one's 100 units. Never mind. Yeah, gotcha. This one won't. They won't even let me do it on that one.
Yeah, G.I. Joe's a good one. For anyone who can sell G.I. Joe, there's big opportunities with eBay to Amazon.
Yeah, for sure. All right, here's one that I'm ungated on. Vigo. Have you ever heard of this brand? Vigo?
No, I've never sold that before. Okay,
well, let's look at it. Looks like a faucet of some sort. I don't know. This Cuba chart looks a little iffy to me. Just it kind of looks like some matte pricing somewhat, but I don't know. I could be wrong. And like the low amount of sellers, I don't know. Sometimes that can be kind of scary. Like back here is a fluctuation, and all of a sudden there's only like 2 or 3 sellers on the listing. It looks a little sketchy to me.
I sell a lot of those types of things. The thing that worries me most, Tanner, sorry to cut you off, is
no, you're good.
It's a variation listing. So does ASIN's in have the ability for you to check a variation listing to see like how many reviews you get per variation?
I don't know.
Because that's the big thing you got to watch out for with this, because there's 2, 4, 7 listed. So when you look at the Keepa chart, I think it's for like everything. It's not like showing you like it's bringing all the listings into that one Keepa chart. So you really want to kind of see which listing's getting the most heat, I
just downloaded the Chrome extension real fast. Let's see.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see how ASIN's in works.
Yeah, so I mean, usually whenever I'm looking at eBay and Amazon, I'm going down immediately to the model number down here and trying to compare and making sure that the model is the exact same as eBay. I'm looking at the UPC down here, and then I use the FBM profit calculator over here, so you can put 2015 there, and if you're buying it for 100, it says it's $62, 62% ROI. It tells you the margin as well. I also put in the estimated shipping costs for me. So it says $20 is the estimated shipping cost. It's not like perfect, but it's pretty close.
Gotcha.
So that's basically my overhead. Obviously I don't have a prep center, so the shipping cost is really the main overhead. But you can see the difference between, if you sold at FBA, since it's such a high such a high sale price, it's really not that big of a difference, right? Like $1.50. But the lower stuff, I feel like sometimes can be a little bit more of a spread there.
It's so funny. I'm restricted on that item.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it might be one of those 10-unit ungate things. And
I think you 1050'd it.
Yeah. So 1050. Remember that, everybody that's watching this.
So the version that you had, that was the matte brushed gold. Brushed gold. So if I take a look here I know you can't see my screen here, but that one actually has no reviews at all. So it's most likely that one's not even selling. It's the stainless steel is getting 90% of this, 80% of the sales, and the matte black is getting another probably 15%. So that's the least popular one out of all of them. I think there's a way to do that with Keepa as well. I think in Keepa, there's a variation tab next to data. So you might be able to do that as well. Jump back over to your screen.
Yeah, what am I looking at here? I've never used this tab.
Yeah, I don't use that one a lot either. I like how Seller Amp does it because it tells you, but I think you'd be looking at the number of reviews. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure. I just use seller.
Here we go. Reviews right here. Yeah, they put it in order. So yeah, that one that you said is the last one. It only has 2 reviews in the last 90 days.
I wasted thousands of dollars over the years buying items that look so good, and then I wasn't checking variations. So yeah, that's just
yeah. That's a really good tip, man. Right there.
I'm trying to keep up with the 1050 tip that you gave me. So
we're giving some nuggets right now for sure. Philips Hue, I'm ungated on. Do you sell Philips Hue?
I have sold some Philips. Some of them are just, you know how it is with some of these, like, you know, different home improvement electronic items. The refund rates could just be ridiculous. So I've sold some. A lot of them sell really fast.
Yeah. This is a newer listing, so it looks like it's starting to pick up steam, but it's only 155 days old. So yeah, I don't know. Do you sell listings that are like super new like this, or you try to stay away?
I will. I'm not opposed to it, but like we were talking about before the call, I want to have a good amount of data to know that I'm going to be able to sell the item. So I like to see adequate amount of history of like the buy box being around the price that I think I could sell it. I want to see sellers that were on the listing that are gone now. I'm FBA, so I want to see FBA sellers in the data buy box history that are gone that won the buy box at that price, which gives me more confidence.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we got.
Yeah, we'll find maybe 1 or 2 more before we get to that hour mark.
Okay. Yeah, Jurassic World, gated.
I've sold that one a bunch too.
This DVD?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've sold this a few times. It's at 90, 92 right now. Looks like I've sold it. It looks like it's hovering around, 150 is where it usually sells at. So that could potentially be a good one. If you could get that for 80, sell it for 150. That's probably like a $30, $35 profit for me.
That one sells instantly too. Like so fast.
Yeah. All right. What else we got here? Yeah, let's check the fresh.
You're dinging, bro.
The fresh leads. A couple HP. Life on Mars. Marvel. I was
Marvel, dude.
Yeah, I used to be gated on Marvel, and then they regated me. I did the whole Lego keychain and got Marvel, Star Wars, and Lego ungated, and then they regated me. Probably didn't sell enough for them.
Ooh, is that Prisoner? That's one of my favorite DVDs to flip. Not that specific one. I have a Prisoner complete series that I always sell. It's a high ticket one.
Okay. Yeah, I sold this mystery series one too.
Yeah, that one, man. I probably sold that 30 times.
Yeah, I like this right temp thermostat one. I have that one in my replen list as well. Usually sells for $200. Right now it's like 133 right now, so that could be something maybe.
That's interesting.
It's even buy boxing at 250. I think it's a little inflated. I think it usually sells around, looks like 180 to 200 maybe.
Yep.
And if you go back further, around like 180 to 200 is probably where you should probably be looking to sell it at. So right now it's 133 on eBay. So that's probably a little, I don't know,
best offer option.
Yeah, best offer. If you get that for like 110, 120, then that turns into like a $40, $50 profit, something like that.
And just to kind of touch on that, it's so important, guys, that you don't overpay for items. The way that you overpay for products is by thinking you're going to sell an item at a certain price just because the buy box is there and just because there's 3 or 4 people selling it for $250. I don't give a damn if 2 or 3 or 4 or 7 people are selling it for $250. Obviously, the more, the better. Sometimes markets do adjust, but if that thermostat's been selling for 180 to 190 for the last year straight, now it's at 250. Yeah, I could sell it at 250, and I'm happy to sell it at 250, but I'm going to just project that I'm only going to sell it for 180, 190, and everything else is just a cherry on top because there's so many other items that have a consistent buy box where I don't have to be playing that game.
100%. Yeah, I think
we covered it.
we covered a lot today. Let's see if I can find one more at the buzzer.
Oh man, MJ.
Delta.
Wait, was that Delta ungated, or maybe it took time for it to load? Yeah.
Yeah, I was gated on it. Transformers gated.
Oh man.
Yeah, sucks, man. I know. It's terrible. Pokemon, Jurassic World, McFarlane. I'm ungated on. I love McFarlane.
So good.
Yeah, this one's a good one right here. Advance. This one sells for like $60 pretty consistently. Right now, it's $32 on eBay. So best offer. Try to get it for like 28. Sell for 60. $15, $20 profit probably.
How much is your team spending? Like, are they buying every single day? Are they spending a couple $100 per day every day?
Yeah, I only have one VA, so I source a lot as well.
Okay.
I source half, she sources half. Like, I don't know. I'd probably say we spend close to 2,000 a day. I think
2,000 a day. You're scaling right now.
Yeah, 1,500 to 2,000. If we hit 2, it's a good day.
Wow.
But yeah, like I think we're around 1,500 a day.
That's crazy, man. Well, I appreciate you being on the call, dude. It's so awesome to see how far you've come. I still remember when you and I were on the phone call, right? And you were asking me all those questions about hiring a VA. And are you still using the VA that you got through Carter Maxwell?
Yeah, Cyrene. Yeah, she's been great. And
wow.
Yeah, I mean, I actually went the route of trying to hire like an editor through onlinejobs.ph, and I didn't get a lot of great applicants. I don't know if it was my listing or whatever it was, but I need to go back through your VA Academy and try to rework what I did. But I had a great experience with VA Fastlane, and Cyrene she's been great. Like, so I have no complaints, and
yeah,
it's been awesome.
That's the heavy lifting, man, is filtering through when you put out a post and you get 100 people to apply. It's a lot of legwork. Yeah. I mean, I was telling a girl named Shay who she's having a hard time with her VA, and she's just getting ready to, possibly hire somebody new. And she's like, what advice do you have for me? And it's like, it's just, you got to spend a lot of upfront time to find the right person, because if you rush that process, your life's going to be hell. I've made that mistake so many times. But yeah, it's hard work, but it, before we go, it pays off, right? Like you're able to leverage and scale and have a lot more free time to do the things that you want to do. And you've got Cyrene probably doing a lot of the things that you don't want to do.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, like there's a lot of updating of the spreadsheets and just like, updating of cost of goods, just little like admin stuff that you don't necessarily want to be, wasting your time doing. You'd rather outsource. So I feel like another VA is around the corner at some point, but I don't know about anytime soon. But I highly recommend it to anybody who's trying to, scale their business and, 2x or 2x, 3x what they got going on for real. That's the way to do it.
You heard I might be having a police officer join my team.
What?
Dude, so I've got 2 sourcers, but I'm going to let you go in a minute, but Jane and Gia are on my team. They've been with me for almost 5 years. They're my full-time sourcers. Jane's husband.
Oh yeah, you did talk about this.
Yeah, Jane's husband, Marlon, he's my repricer. He's part-time. And now Gia's husband, he's a full-time police officer in the Philippines. And he wants to kind of live more of the virtual laptop lifestyle, assistant role. So now Gia's training him. And I told him, like, I don't want you to quit a good job and like work for me, because anything could happen, honestly. And like, but he's going through training now part-time, and we're going to see how it goes. It's probably going to take a couple months. And yeah, I mean, if anyone messes with me, anyone in the comments, if you have a problem, then you're going to deal with my enforcer. So
that's hilarious. He could be the eBay to Amazon, or he could be your moderator on your like Facebook page when people are flaming you for not having eBay invoices.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. If he finds out I don't have invoices, I don't know what's going to happen. But all right, Tanner, I appreciate you coming on, man. If anyone wants to learn from Tanner, check out his YouTube channel, The Junk Flipper. He's got some really great videos, especially one on like Section 3s and keeping your account clean. And also he's a coach inside of Reselling Freedom. So Reselling Freedom is a membership group that I run with alongside with about 7 or 8 other coaches. Tanner's one of them. He coaches, I think, twice a month in there, along with other coaches, including myself. So if you guys want to check that out, resellingfreedom.com. But with that being said, much love. Thank you, Tanner. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, man.
All right. Take care, guys.